Hey, thanks for checking out Fast Eddie's Chop Shop here. You have every right to be wrong, and I'm going to break it down for you. Anyone watching this ever get a speeding ticket? Ever sit there and beg the cop to please let you go? You know, hey, man, just a few miles over. I was on my way home. I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry. And the numbnut still gave you a ticket. You know, they say that the average person breaks several laws every day that they leave the house, whether it be speeding laws or civil laws, because they've made it so complicated. When I say laws, I mean restrictions, you know, business restrictions, laws, everything. You know, they have volumes and volumes of laws and rules and restrictions to bat you over the head with. The IRS code is so thick, you could probably use it as a foundation of a home. Yet, Nancy Pelosi, magically, a day or two before, turns out that Visa is going to get filed a civil suit by the Department of Justice. I think it was the Department of Justice. And she sells something like $500,000 day before. She's either the luckiest person on earth. I don't know if you know this, but do you know that there's a website that tracks Nancy Pelosi's investments? And you could probably get rich if you started with a couple $100,000 or even $10,000 or whatever, and you just copied Nancy Pelosi. Buy when she buys, sell when she sells, and you are going to get wealthy. In fact, here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to set up an account, and I'm going to do exactly just that. I don't need to research anything. I just need to follow Nancy Pelosi. See, I wouldn't be breaking any laws doing that I know of. Of course, the elites probably have it set up somehow that maybe I was, so I'll check into it first. But if I do this, I'm quite confident that I don't have to do any research, that I'm probably going to gain. Not probably. I'm almost 1,000% chance that I'm going to gain. Why? Because they're crooked. They don't follow the same rules. They don't get nervous when there's a police officer behind them in traffic, like you and I do. And if you say you don't because I'm some perfect citizen and, you know, you're full of crap. That's just, to me, disgusting. It should piss you off so badly that it was, excuse me, I got something here, that it's almost impossible to think that these people, look, take the last 50 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever time period you want, and you look at opinion polls on what laws and things that Congress should pass, they don't follow what you and I want. Majority of Americans don't want money going to Ukraine. So why is money going to Ukraine? Why? They don't follow what you and I want. They don't like you. They don't care about you. And we don't control a government that we're supposedly supposed to control. Our country was set up as a constitutional republic where we, the people, govern ourselves. And our elected leaders do exactly what they're told. That ended a long time ago. So I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. pay attention. And if you don't pay attention, you deserve everything that's coming. I don't. Actually, in a weird way, I do. We all do. Because we didn't stand up and put our boots on their neck and tell them, no, 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 no. You will do exactly what we want you to do, because we are a government for the people and by the people. So we kind of gave that up. I gave it up. So I deserve it too. But if you're not paying any attention, you really deserve what's coming next. They already don't follow anything that we want. They do what we want. There's a famous, not famous, but a little video that most people don't even know about. Lindsey Graham was walking by, was it Chuck Schumer? I forget who it was. Unimportant who it was. The enemy to him was walking by him in Congress, and he reached out his fingers and did a little, not a high five, but a low five. And then within hours was out there crying foul on the person that he gave the little low five to. They're all crooked. You want to know how you can know that Trump is right? Because everybody hates him. Our government and our leadership hate him. Now, why? Because when he came in, he didn't follow the rules. And I've said this before. I've got no illusions about Donald Trump. I think he became president out of pride, wanted to see his name in lights. I get all that. I think it changed. I really believe it changed. You and me could never take the punches that that man has taken. He was born for this. And I think that it went from a pride thing to what are you doing? You have no right to do this to me thing, and a righteous indignation. That's what I think it is. And I'm behind him 1,000%. Worship no man. We worship God above. In fact, if we worship a man, I don't think the God above is going to get that man elected, because we're not supposed to worship him. But I respect him. And I respect him for this reason, if more than anything. I couldn't take sucker punches the way that he takes them in a million years. I would have lashed out 1,000,000 times over or given up. And he hasn't. And I think the reason there's such pushback on him is because he's screwing up their plans. He's not following he's not, going along to get along, and he's messing up their drill. All you Democrats out there, and all you folks, the old school punk rockers and people that, screw the system. Suddenly you're trusting government? Suddenly you're down for whatever they say? Go back 10 years, 15, 20 years to who you were. All you Democrats. And you were a party against big pharma, big tech, big business, the government part you didn't mind as much. But you wanted to be free speech, all that stuff. What happened to you? Go back to your roots and ask yourself, why is the government that you should not trust so against a man? And they're telling you, don't trust him, don't like him, he is evil, he is bad, and we are good and we are righteous. Really? They said all that shit during COVID was misinformation. Turns out that it wasn't. Who are you trusting? Think. Don't vote for her, please, for the love of God.